as the UK moves at a blistering pace towards actually legalising plug-in solar so we can all generate our own free electricity, I want to talk you through some of the hardware and some of the technical things that you should know about the devices that are going to be totally instrumental in the way that we use our own energy. Starting off today in this little video with the EcoFlow Stream microinverter. What is it? How does it work? What does it do? Is it safe? So if you're interested in more content about plug-in solar here in the UK and what we should expect as the regulations evolve, then make sure you subscribe. I'm someone who's actually experimented with this hands-on, not theoretical, not speculative. I've actually tried these battery units, 3 different types now for over 8 months. I've tried these plug-in microinverters. And I've tried it in all different weird, wonderful ways, even some of the ones that are a bit naughty and a bit of a grey area, but make sure you subscribe to follow along on the journey as I share my findings and my learning with you. So this is a big block of aluminium, and this is a heat sink because this little device is taking the direct current electricity that's generated through these cables from any solar panel, and it's going into the input. And then coming out of the output here is an AC cable, just as we would be familiar with, and you could put a 3-pin plug on it. Now currently, that's not really approved in the UK, but it soon will be. Now the rest of Europe, they've been doing it for years, no problems. But most important to me, I want to make sure that you, the viewers, are getting the best deal. So below there will be discount codes, and I do negotiate hard with EcoFlow to make sure I'm getting you the absolute best discount on their products. If you find anywhere that offers a better deal than what is below in the description, then let me know and I will take it up with EcoFlow. Now, what do you need to know? This is IP rated. It is designed for being left outdoors. You could mount it under panels, you can mount it to a wall. It has got some heft to it. I think from memory it's approaching about 3.5 kilos, something like that. These connectors on the bottom, if you're not yet familiar and up to speed with solar, these are called MC4 connectors. These are industry standard. All solar panels have them, whether you get fold-in solar panels, flexible solar panels, or rigid large glass and aluminium solar panels. They all plug into here. You can put 2 600-watt solar panels onto this Stream microinverter. So each one of these inputs can take a solar panel up to 60 volts and 16 amps. There's not really any panels out there that are gonna overdrive these inputs. And if you get towards the upper limit of the current, then the microinverter just actually clips the power and it will just bring that power down to the allowable maximum. So the voltage range you want to stay well within, so make sure you don't exceed the 60 volts. So this simply converts direct current to alternating current. And what do we do if we want to store that? Well, we need to get a battery unit just like one of these. So with the Stream microinverter comes a 6-meter cable, and it does not come with the plug on the end of it. So it does come with a pre-cut and terminated cable, which is designed for wiring into a breaker or a fuse spur or something like that. And so you'll have to wire on a plug by yourself. That shouldn't be beyond anyone, really. Now, when you receive it, what comes in the box? This is the box that the Stream microinverter comes in. Comes well padded with foam. You get a quick start guide and you get some fixins, and they're quite chunky fixins if you want to mount this on a wall. And in the second box, we get the 6-meter AC cable that you can put a plug on, and then we get MC4 extension cables, okay? And so we get 4 of those because you've got a positive and a negative for each solar panel input. If you're worried about not being able to reach wherever you can ideally locate solar panels, then you've already got a 6-meter AC cable, so you can try and put the microinverter close to solar panels. And then you get these extensions as well, and you can buy more extensions, or if you see a previous video on my channel, I'll show you how to make these extensions to whatever length you need. Now it's really as simple as this. I've just chucked that solar panel there on the trampoline. We've got the cables coming to the microinverter here, and then we're going to take this plug and we're going to plug it inside, and I'm going to show you what it says in the app. Well, that's a relief, nothing blew up. Well, I've done plenty of videos dedicated to the EcoFlow app, so you can go back and look at some of the historical videos if you want. But here's a little rundown. You can see I'm into the Stream microinverter right now, and it's generating 103 watts, Okay, so the sun is not at full brightness, it's looking reasonable. That is a fold-in 400 watt panel, if that gives you any idea, and it's just laying flat. It's not the perfect orientation or inclination to get the most from it. Now, if I walk you around the app, you'll see I've got, at the moment, a few other devices that show me how much my home is using or not using in this case. It's got a minus there because we are sending 2 kilowatts to the grid from our shed system. And then on the top here, we've got home, we've got stream system, we've got other devices. And over on there, you can see that we then plug into the microinverter, which is now up to 115 watts. So now we're getting excellent sunlight, 219 watts, 220 watts. So we're still sending less than 1 amp of current back through that plug. Now, when it comes to the Stream microinverter itself, you can see the 2 little PV inputs there, the 2 different ones. And of course, it doesn't give you a huge amount of functionality. You can limit the output to certain times. You can change the time periods, but otherwise there's not a lot. It works when the sun comes out, and when there's no sun, it shuts down, so it's not consuming any power. The more sophisticated options come when you add battery storage, and that will be something that I will be featuring more in depth in a future video.